What's up? What are you laughing about?
Just how like stoked you guys are.
Why?
Because I'm just excited to watch you guys open some presents.
Okay, Natasha brought us gifts, which I hate. Because Parker, you should go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
All right.
go first. You put your presents so far away. You even wrapped them in little Santa Claus.
Oh, I did, and I
ribbons.
I got decorative with this shit. The amount of wrapping paper that I wasted, like trying to perfect what I was doing, was a lot.
I don't even wrap presents. I just hand them to people.
I wonder if this is what Parker looked like at Christmas this year.
Yeah.
You can't tell if he's excited or like
I get that.
or
That's an
uncomfortable.
issue. Everyone's like, "Are you excited for this?" And I'm like,
He looks like a
can't
kid
you tell?
ripping the head off a Barbie doll. Like,
Rat Pack. Oh
Yeah.
shit! This is more for Allie than me.
I know.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
for both of you guys.
show it to the camera. Let's see.
Rat Pack.
Rat Pack,
Yeah.
little street sign.
I don't think I've ever talked about the rats on here.
I don't think you have. Yeah, Parker you have how many rats?
4.
4, and they're all girls.
All girls. We got
a
Winnie.
ton of
we got
estrogen in your
Doug.
household.
We got
Doug is a boy's name.
yeah, but she's a girl.
Okay.
Otis and Greg.
Yeah, a bunch of transgender rats in your home. All right, I'm kind of nervous. Mine is much
So
larger.
excited.
All right, here we go. I'm very scared. Oh, it's in a box.
Oh yeah, you might need a knife.
Oh, Parker, do you have a knife?
Nope, no knife. You need me to get
All
one?
right. Nope.
You could just punch the box.
Yep, that's
You're so
exactly
manly.
what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna exude toxic masculinity all over this box. Oh, didn't break. Is it fragile inside?
No.
I'm gonna move my mic away from this. It's just not breaking.
Shout out to Amazon on their packaging.
Yeah. Every time
Cardboard's
I have
fucking-
something, it gets damaged. But... oh no. I'm scared. Let's see. Make my cholesterol levels great again. This is. How'd you know I have high cholesterol?
You told me.
You tell everybody apparently. You told us and me and Tyler. Or
It's so
Tyson
nice that you
too.
think I wear an XL.
Oh,
That's so sweet of you. Wow. That's the nicest thing you've ever done.
I got an XL because it's 100% cotton, so it's gonna shrink in the washer and dryer.
It's so nice that you think I'm even smaller than an XL. I need 2 XLs to fit regular.
Just shut up and be grateful for your gift, all right?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. This is actually fucking awesome. I love this. Were you searching for, like, did you type this in?
Oh, I typed in on Amazon. First thing that I typed in was rats, and originally it was supposed to be a T-shirt that said Rat Pack, and it had a picture of a rat like going like on it. But that one would have taken like 2 weeks to get here, and I wanted it now. So you got that sign, and then for Tyler's. Originally, what I searched was douchey beard quotes.
Yeah.
And then I went to lumberjack jokes. And then I remembered that you said that your cholesterol levels were high. So I typed in cholesterol funny high. And that's one of the things that came up. It was like page 7.
So perfect.
So
It's...
and you look like such a MAGA guy that it just like 2 birds with 1 stone, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I love playing into my dashingly good MAGA looks. This is perfect. I just hope it fits. If not, everyone's gonna think Parker has high cholesterol when he wears it.
Parker, do you have high cholesterol? Have you ever been tested?
I don't know. It runs in the family though, so
Does it? You probably dude. You have it.
could be an issue.
He
Yeah.
does not have it. Look at him. that is not a man of high cholesterol.
That is very biased opinion based on appearance.
Yeah, I'm being very stereotypical to a man with good metabolism.
I got the cancer genes, not the high cholesterol genes.
Which is really bad. Because
I have heart attack genes.
I also Googled cancer dead parent shirts.
Ooh.
Like, because I wanted to find like a shirt that was like, my dad died of cancer, fuck me. Like, or something like funny
Yeah.
like that.
Kiss me, my dad's dead.
Yeah. Like, I knew that if I did that, I didn't think Allie would like that it said fuck me on it.
Oh,
So
yeah, that would be an
so
issue.
I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And then I got scared that it was too mean. So
You shouldn't worry too much about that. We asked Allie to come be a part of this, and she said no because she doesn't like you.
shut the fuck up. Her and I have plans to get wine drunk this week.
Well, that's what she told me, so.
No, she was worried she would intrude on the guest. She didn't want to
Oh, I would have loved Allie to be here.
Well, she's going to listen to this later and she's going to appreciate that.
Yeah. Eat shit, Allie, for not coming. We wish you were here. Freaking jerk.
Fucking
What was the
twat.
inspiration of wanting to bring gifts?
I have this tendency to like gift people random things or bake goods. Like, I don't know if you guys saw like Taco's birthday cake that I made for her, but
Yeah, I did.
I made like a fondant cake that was a taco.
A what
And
cake?
a fondant. So it's like a certain type of icing that covers the cake to make it that sleek like look.
It's basically
And
plastic.
then- yeah, it's melted marshmallows because I made homemade fondant. It's melted marshmallows and powdered sugar. So, and it like levels into a hardened icing.
I wouldn't have had any. That'd be bad for my cholesterol.
So yeah, and then I decided that you had said in passing one time that you like, oh, you're talking about Christmas. You're like, oh, I just ordered everybody gifts off Amazon and just had it delivered straight to them. Like,
Yeah.
And just that was my like expertise. So I was like, oh, like Tyler sounds like he's very uncomfortable with gifts.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So I got gifts.
I'm not a good gift giver, and I'm not a good gift receiver.
Oh, I love giving gifts. My mom for Christmas this year, she got me weighted gloves and removable shoe cleats because the Parkinson's, she wants me to be able to color and draw again, like without using
Oh,
my
I
iPad.
was wondering why the weighted gloves were a thing.
weighted fingerless gloves to like make my hands not tremble as much. And then the shoe spikes because my right leg gives out the most and it like doesn't pick up all the time. So she's really scared that I'm gonna like slip and fall on some ice. So the first thing that I did with my shoe cleats is I like put them on and I went to the village and I sprinted across the ice with my shoe cleats on to make sure that they were effective.
Like a little
I'm sure
kid
they
trying
love
on
that.
Skechers.
Yeah, pretty much. Like especially the ones with the shining, like this flashing lights. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah. It makes you run faster.
and
Yeah.
it's so hard finding like adult tennis shoes too. Like, because I also have issues with shoelaces. Like finding cool Velcro adult shoes. So
You can't tie your shoes.
I have issues with shoelaces. So like you'll know.
You like you don't like them.
No, like my hands
Like
my
you've
hands
been in
don't
a psych
work.
ward too many times. You're not allowed to have them.
I'm way too tempted to just with them. So
if you're gonna
it's
kill
zip
yourself,
ties. It's zip ties.
you should shoot yourself though.
No. If I was gonna kill myself, I would. I'd take my car. It would be on a bridge, and I would drive my car off the rail into a big body of water.
Yeah,
So I'd
it's-
go crashing in because when you drown, you have a tendency to have this euphoric state that you hit first. So I'd want to get that high before I die.
Yeah, you could also just like do Molly and shoot yourself. Also,
I
I was going to
can't
say
hold,
just OD on heroin.
I
Like
can't.
that's
oh yeah, you would shake too much and
I
miss.
can't. Yeah, I can't hold a steady gun. Like I'm amazing. At
You
a
can
target
hire
range.
someone to shoot
That
you.
is true. I could, but then that would be murder, and a lot of people like don't willy nilly want to just do that. You know.
I mean,
And then it's not like I
know
can
some
trust the
tweakers will do it for
person.
$5,000.
yeah,
See, but
depending
it's
on the
like-
amount of money.
Like I don't want to pay to like have somebody kill me. Like
What do
if
you do
I'm
with the
gonna be
money?
killed, it's gonna be a risky business. Like I want it to be cool. Like I want to get abducted and put into like some creeper's van and
Yeah,
like taken and like sit there and tell him that he's choking me wrong.
You tell me
Like-
when you get suicidal, and I will arrange the kidnapping and murder when you least expect it.
Tyler.
I won't do it until you tell me you're ready. But one day in conversation,
I'm ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
One day in conversation,
Did you
slip
see how
it-
serious he got? He was like, okay, I'm calling him now. No, I already just established with my mom that when, like the Parkinson's gets bad enough, I want to go to one of the legalized suicide states. Because I don't want their last memories of me to be me being completely incompetent. So I want to go and get like shit faced and go to this cool amusement park and like do a cool like week-long adventure and then just like go home and OD on some drugs. And like, that's my last memory with my family.
That is so morbid.
What a bummer.
Why? That's not a bummer. That's like...
So, okay, I was going to research this, but then I figured I would just ask you. Is the Parkinson's thing like irreversible?
Yeah.
So you have early onset Parkinson's.
Yeah, young onset Parkinson's.
So you are just destined to, as a 31-year-old person,
Progress.
start to slowly or quickly degrade.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Yeah. Way to be a downer dog. I haven't quite thought of it like that. So,
maybe I should have done the research.
So actually, it's been common that with young onset, the progression is slower than it is with people that are diagnosed when they're older. So.
So you might just be like this for another 10 years.
Yeah, I could. And it wasn't until like I had tremors since I was in high school. And they had diagnosed me with essential tremor and left it at that because I was so young. And it's statistically improbable for somebody that young to get it. And so I've had the tremors forever. And then I just progressed. And then my right leg started giving out. And then I started having what's called drop foot. So like my right foot will occasionally drag or it like just slams and I can't like control like how it goes sometimes. So yeah, needless to say, I'm just doing the Dougie all the time.
It is kind of funny to think about a perfectly able-bodied person just losing control of their leg and foot.
It's so fucking shitty. It's so shitty and it's so fucking annoying. Like there'll be times like I had to teach Marshall how to help me like with my mascara. If I'm having like a really bad day and he thinks it's the funniest thing to pretend to go, and like, do 7-year-old pranks of pretending to stab his mother in the eye with a mascara wand, which is terrifying, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
because he's for sure going to actually do it on
because
accident.
for sure he's going to give into his impulse control like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And then, I have the same suitcase, by the way.
Really?
I do, yeah.
That just came in the mail the other day.
Did I? Yeah, I have the exact same suitcase.
It's my first time having a like cool roller suitcase thing.
It's pretty dope because it has the 360 wheels.
Yeah.
And so it makes it real nice when you're like mobbing through the airport.
Every time I see people with those, I'm like, oh, you just think you're better than me?
Like
as I carry
really,
my duffel.
I sit there and I think, wow, that person fucks. Yeah. Like every time. Like when I see those the 360 wheels, like I'm like,
no
that
one
person
has
fucks.
ever thought that of me until now when they see me at the airport with my stylish.
And they're going to be like, oh my goodness, that guy, he fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, where are you going?
Yeah, where are you going?
I got a bunch of trips coming up. Got a bunch of stuff coming up.
Tijuana or Bangkok?
I'm going to Bangkok.
Yeah.
Don't lie. He's going to Epstein's backup island.
I mean, it's not technically his backup island. It's an island owned by Epstein, but they don't do pedophilia there. It's a bestiality island.
Ooh.
You're bringing whiskey?
Oh my God. Did you guys know that they sell horse cock dildos on Amazon?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Bad Dragon?
No.
You know what Bad Dragon is, right?
I know what Bad Dragon is.
Bad Dragon is a dildo company that makes like crazy dildos that look like dragon tails. They have one called the Hand, and it's like a forearm and a hand. And most of them are like this thick. Like absurdly like unusable for the most part, like to the normal vagina and butthole unusable. But they're very fun to look at.
Dude, at that point, if you're shoving something that big up your ass, like what's preventing like your colon from falling out?
I know a person that
this is going to be a good story. I can tell already.
And I have to tiptoe this so that way I don't give away who the person is. I won't give too much information about the person. But long story short, this person has a small vagina, and they can't handle big things in their vagina.
Yeah.
But can handle big things in their butt.
Yeah, it's a very common medical phenomenon along women.
Yeah, and
They get stretchers. Like she can get like stretchers from her OB.
Well, I think she's very proud of.
Oh, I'd be fucking proud. I'd be like, dude, I've got a small ass vagina.
Yeah.
But like, does it like when you say small vagina, like opposed to like you're saying small opposed to tight, and the word small with vagina just makes me feel like.
I don't think
Is
it goes
shallow
as,
too.
I don't
Like
think it goes as far
child's-
back.
like a
shallow.
child-
It's
like
like
a child vagina?
tight and shallow. I mean,
Okay.
don't be weird. Don't
I know.
bring
Well, that's
children into this.
that's when you say small vagina. That's what I think
The
of.
inside can't handle things as big as a normal vagina.
And
God, her period must fucking suck.
But it's a person who has like put things inside of them as a job, and so
Like in their butt,
in all of their holes, and so
but not like sexual things.
yeah.
Oh, they're a fucking drug smuggler, dog.
But out of context, this person said the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. And she said, I can fit a bigger dick in my ass than I can in my pussy. And I laughed so hard at that. And just that sentence out of context. Like,
Yeah.
with what we were talking about, it made sense. It's like,
Yeah.
you can use butt plugs and like prep and like prepare for something big in your ass, but it's much more difficult to do with your vagina. There's hairs all over my mic, too.
dude, like the last time we recorded, I was like, I think I might be allergic to whiskey because I keep getting like a tickle and there's nothing there. There's a fucking hair sticking out of my
rubs his
mic.
fucking head on everything. But yeah, that sentence, I can fit larger dicks in my ass than I can my vagina, is hilarious to me.
Put that on a t-shirt.
That would be a great t-shirt.
Yeah, I can fit bigger dicks in my ass. Just
Yeah.
that's the
But, like,
title of this
talk
podcast.
about-
It's gonna
talk
be
about-
I can fit bigger dicks in my ass with Natasha.
But like think about like the flex of like guys with itty bitty teeny weenies feel, you know? Like I'm sure she's been with a guy that has a small dick. Like
Yeah.
so he feels like he's massive because it's tight opposed to like regular vaginas. He like
Like that
fucking
Bass
gets
Pro Shop
lost
guy.
in.
Yeah, did you see the Bass Pro Shop guy?
No?
So there's a guy in, I think it was in Georgia.
I don't
think
know.
it was. I think he was on some shit, but he stripped down naked and jumped into the aquarium at Bass Pro Shops and went like swimming naked. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
So he like pretty much did everything that like impulsive people have wanted to be
yeah,
doing.
you've seen like the big giant
Yeah.
fish pond. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his dick is tiny. And then
Like when he's swimming in the tank, it looks like a vagina.
yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And then I read something that he was erect. So that makes it even worse.
That's even worse.
Yeah. So
Poor guy just can't catch a break.
yeah.
Dude, I feel bad for guys with small fucking.
Why? I
Fucking
feel like
dicks.
it's such a pleasant life to live.
It's like it's more so. It's not like I feel bad for them. It's I feel bad for the women that like when they like deal with small penises. Not because small penises are bad. Let me just get that across.
What are you saying is
Like when you give a when you give a smaller guy a blowjob.
it's inconvenient?
Like it is.
Yeah.
It's inconvenient. You can't really go up and down. So what you have to do is you get like one finger, one thumb, and like so you can do like, you know, the twist while you
You're trying to give your best performance, but
Yeah.
he's lacking the tools for you to do that.
And so then next thing you know, you're fucking pinky out because you're fucking one handing and one fingering his dick when you'd usually have a whole hand.
This is why I'm so glad I'm not a woman.
It's
Because
just socially
feel like
uncomfortable.
I feel like I would just get into that situation and be like, I'm just not going to do this.
No, like you have to be committed to the game. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're like,
You never just draw the line and being like, I need to go home.
Well, no, I've done that plenty of times, but it's never because the guy's dick's too small. Like,
Why was it?
one
Unless it's going to
time-
be a bummer in this.
Oh no, this is actually.
Don't make us feel
This
bad.
is a story of how I lost my virginity. I was 18, and
This is going to be on the internet.
That's fine.
'Kay.
That's fine. I was 18 and I was having sex with my high school boyfriend at the time. And all of a sudden his dad walked in and they lived in this like trailer park because it was in like ghetto Arizona. And so he lived in this trailer park, and his dad walks in. His dad was a recovering meth head. His dad walks in with no teeth in, and he licks his gums, and he looks at my chest, and he goes, nice. And then closed the door, and I immediately stood up and was like, I'm gonna go now. Like right fucking now.
Dang.
And that was the time that I left. So
wow.
yeah. And then another time was like, if a guy's like too drunk to perform and then he like wants to cuddle, then I'm like, that's
so sweet.
You're
No.
like, nah, that's gay.
That's so nice. Hey,
I do not like.
don't do that to sweet men.
I do not like. I am very honest about my disdain for cuddling. It is sticky. It is unpleasant. It is hot. There's certain times for it, and it's usually when it's cold. And after sex, you were just like, if it's after sex, I also don't like it because it's like you were just inside me. Like, how much closer to me do you need to fucking be? Like, give me my space. Let me cool down. Like
That makes me feel really good that a small woman feels hot after sex, because every time I do anything physical,
oh, dude, I'd
I'm
like
just
drip
like,
sweat.
don't
fucking touch me.
Don't give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For my body temperature to cool.
Yeah, no, it's very common for women to do that, but for some reason, a lot of women are very uncomfortable with the idea that they aren't comfortable being the delicate woman. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
of perception for the guy that they're with. But I'm very upfront in I'm not a very PDA. I'm not a very physical affection kind of person.
But isn't it so sweet that the man can't perform and then he's nice enough to be like, I'm so sorry that I can't provide this,
No, it's called shutting the fuck up and going down. Like, if you can't perform, there are other ulterior things you can do than immediately go to cuddling, because that tells me you were only in it for your 3 pump chumps anyways.
I mean, if you're drunk and you do make it to erection and you 3 pump, you are an embarrassing human being. I historically run into the opposite problem of when I'm too drunk and I get into it. It's more of like, eventually I'm there. I gotta stop. This is
Little fella gets tired.
He's never gonna cross the finish line, and I can't run forever.
Does it ever feel like, for men, like, does it feel like when you guys are too drunk, like, does it feel like almost like edging, or does it like just like die,
No, it's annoying.
like, die out? Okay, so you don't feel any like built up to like, oh, I'm about to, and then it's just gone?
Have you ever used like a coffee grinder that you have to like use by hand?
Yeah.
Imagine doing that and the coffee just never finishes grinding and you just have to sit there.
So there's no pleasure. So why do it?
Because you're drunk and it's cool.
Because you're drunk and I want to fuck.
Do you think I have sex because it feels good? No, I do it because I think I'm cooler. Are you kidding? You think I've ever had sex for her pleasure or my pleasure? It's 100%.
Babe, I know you want to come over and have sex later, but I'm feeling really cool today, so I don't think I need it.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. If I'm having a cool day and I have plans later with a woman, I will make something up to cancel so that way I can just hang out at home by myself and be cool.
You're like, I'm feeling way too good. I'm going out with the bros, dog.
Yeah, 100,000%. Like, I have sex so I can tell my friends about how cool I am, or so I can feel cooler when I'm not feeling cool. That's it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I get to come. That's cool. But
it's not cool while you're doing it, though.
It's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary, Pumping Iron. I'm assuming you guys have both never seen this.
Correct.
But there's a scene. Have you seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Hell yeah. There's a scene in it where it's like prime, like late or like mid 80s Arnold. And he's like, I'm not going to do the Arnold voice because I suck at it. But he's saying like getting a pump feels better than coming.
Getting a pump.
Yeah.
Feels better than coming.
He was just on a podcast recently where he said like he made that up to make the documentary cooler, which furthers my point of the only reason men do it. The coolest guy, one of the coolest guys that's ever lived, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like one of the most aesthetically muscular men ever. Young Arnold, when he was, and I have a weird crush and obsession for Arnold because when I was young, like when my dad was young, he did like steroids and bodybuilding and stuff. And like coming up, Arnold was like the guy. And so
Did
I
he
remember
do that when your mom got pregnant with you? Was he doing that? Like,
yeah.
explains a lot.
Because I'm so fucking jacked and handsome.
This reminds me. I was thinking today, if we were both gay, would we be boyfriend and boyfriend?
No,
you'd
would
definitely be a bottom.
Yeah, I would
Like,
be
you'd definitely be
fucking
a
the
bottom.
shit
But I
out
fuck
of you.
back.
I would fuck you for pleasure. Not to be cool. If I was gay, it would for sure be a much more sensual experience for my partner than it is now. I don't know why that's a thing. You ever like realize things that just make sense?
I'm gonna call Allie and I'm gonna tell her, and she's gonna feel so scared.
She understands that I bring Parker a level of pleasure that she never could. But have you ever seen the video of the people who cover that song Tom's Diner? Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, and the guy with like the super deep voice.
Yeah, he's German.
He's German guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know this video, Parker?
No.
I'll show it to you
Oh
later.
my god, it's
Right.
amazing.
You're gonna understand this when you see it later. I'll let you listen to it before you watch
His
it.
name is, I think it's
Like like it's some
Arda,
weird.
it's like
It's super long.
in Key. Oh, fuck,
Yeah, it's a
what
super
is it?
long name, but he's like this really like skinny anorexic looking little fucker. He would look like you, even skinnier and even shorter. And you're not short, by the way, but a shorter, like skinnier version of you. And he has the coolest, deepest voice ever. It's to me the coolest voice I've ever heard. But
It's a really fucking cool voice.
if you've never seen the guy and you hear his voice, he sounds blind.
Does it have you do you know a lot about like music and like tones and stuff like that?
I mean, a little bit of music theory, not much.
Okay, so he's like a very low vibrato. Like
Okay.
and the rasp that he can pull off without, and you can like tell that it's not.
How does that sound blind though?
Like it's not because it's not. He's saying that because it's like Otis Redding. No, not Otis Redding.
Kind of. Yeah, like
It's like
I thought you were gonna
it's
say
got the
sounds.
soul of like an Otis Redding.
yeah.
Do you mean
like-
sounds black?
Yes, I'm essentially saying he sounds like an old black man.
But he sings with so.
But you said blind.
But it's like bluesy.
No, I meant blind.
Yeah.
He also does sound like an older black man.
Like,
but
yeah, but he does like a very low vibrato and a very like sharp, heavy rasp. Like there's a twinge of like rasp and grunge in there.
And the other guy
very hard to obtain.
the other guy that's singing, and I don't know this because I know music. I know this because I've read it. He's singing in the same key.
Yeah, so soprano but higher.
Yeah, so he's singing in a very different voice, but in the same key. And the music video is beautiful. They
It's
shoot
so
it
fucking
in
good.
2 different rooms, and each one of these guys has their own band, and so they shoot it in one sequence. And so they show like the first band, and then they walk around to the other room, and the camera guy goes outside and then goes in through the window and shoots the other room with the other band.
It's pretty fucking
and then
badass.
The first band joined. We'll show it to you after. It'll blow your mind. It has like 200 million views.
It's so freaking good.
It's one of those videos where, like, if I'm having a bad day and a woman doesn't let me have sex to feel cool, I will then watch this video to feel better. It's like my happy video. It's like Charlie bit my finger, you know? It just makes me feel good. But yeah.
I feel like Parker, like we could go to karaoke and Parker would like get down and sound just like him and just shock her and like.
No, Parker would stand in place and sing like Hurt by Johnny Cash or something.
No, I feel like he'd sing Tequila, if anything. Like he'd stand there in his suit and he'd be like, Tequila.
Dun, 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 dun.
So I've gotten
Tequila.
really close to doing karaoke before, but I always chicken out.
I don't do karaoke.
So
Yeah.
you're saying we should do it tonight because tonight is karaoke.
No.
Where?
I think at Eastside Tavern, and then I know that karaoke bar that's just downstate.
Oh, Terry's?
Yeah.
I
don't know which
gotta
way
be
it is.
shit faced.
That way. Yeah, I've gone to Terry's for karaoke, and it is the strangest collection of people ever.
So random.
One time there was a guy doing screamo karaoke, and it was fucking awesome. Like he went up there and started doing like metal screamo karaoke, and at first I was shitting on him mentally and like internally, like this guy's fucking gay and weird. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you have no friends and just want people to listen to you. About 45 seconds in, everyone was cheering. He was like running in the fucking it was awesome. It was very cool. I felt bad that I was shitting on him.
Me and Allie have we've talked about it, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet because I'm scared. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Oh, that would be a great duet.
We sing that in the song all the time, or in the car all the time.
Hell yeah, that would be good. Which one of you is Willie?
I'm Willie.
And she's Waylon?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be opposite. I feel like you could pull off a Waylon better.
I can do a good Willie voice. I could do the good.
Yeah.
Cowboys ain't easy to love, and they're harder to hold.
Well, I just text Allie saying, yo, karaoke tonight. So
That was a good Willie Nelson.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that, yeah.
I could do Waylon too. I could do both parts.
Give me some Waylon.
They'd rather give you than diamond or gold.
They'd rather give you a song than diamonds and pearls.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Don't worry,
Old Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's. And each night begins a new day.
hi, Will.
That's so good. My favorite Willie Nelson song is I Gotta Get Drunk. Have you ever heard that song?
I don't know that one.
It's about how he doesn't want to drink, but he feels the obligation because the people at the dive bar expect him to show up and make an ass of himself. And so it's like, I gotta get drunk, and I sure do dread it because I know just what I'm gonna do. I start to spend my money calling everybody honey and wind up singing the blues. It's just like the perfect, if I have to like go do something like, and I'm not in the mood to be around people, I'll turn that on and be like, I gotta get drunk. I gotta show out. I want to sit at home and feel cool by myself, but I gotta go out and get drunk.
I do the same like kind of pep talk to myself. Yeah, I do the same thing. I have like a certain like playlist that. Well, I have like a certain song that like my best friend when I was living in Sun Valley we'd like listen to while we were driving to the bars because of course it's a 30-minute drive. So we'd be driving and we'd be rapping this song and.
What song?
Wasted Time.
Who's
Waste
that?
of Time. It's God.
This is a white person rap song.
I have no idea, to be completely honest.
Do they say the N-word in it?
No.
And then it's a white person
That's
rap
a white
song.
guy. Yeah.
No. It's a woman.
Works.
It's a woman.
Oh. There's no white women rappers.
Yes.
That's blasphemy.
Iggy?
Yeah, I guess.
Is she white?
Yeah,
Snow
she's
the
white.
Product.
Oh, okay.
Waste of Time by Snow the Product.
Okay.
Like that was like our like
Snow?
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I'm curious.
SNO.
And then it's I think it's THA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a white woman. I don't think she's American either.
Allie
She is
texted
a
me-
Mexican-American rapper. Holy shit, this is an intimidating woman. She's got like big red hair. Oh, I think it might not be red. I don't know. I'm fucking colorblind. This is what she looks like.
It's pink.
I was close with the red.
That is very pink, Tyler.
If this woman ever spoke to me, I would crawl into a fucking shell and hide. This woman would... I'd feel so cool if she had sex with me. This would be like a week-long cool feeling if Snow the Product had sex with me. Please don't text while we're doing the podcast. It's very rude.
I'm sorry. Okay. It was Allie. She told me that you'd have to be drugged by a horse tranquilizer before you ever got on stage and did karaoke.
Good thing I have a bag of ketamine in my bedroom. We can absolutely make that happen.
Oh.
Yeah. I would picture you more of like a No Doubt in the car to get pumped up.
No.
Don't speak. I know just what you're thinking.
I don't know that song.
What?
No. Like my version of like getting pumped up like in the car, like besides that one to like go to the bar to feel like fuck men is like I listen to a lot of like Led Zeppelin, Rod Stewart, Blink-182, Motley Crue.
My greatest fears have been confirmed.
What?
You're a transgender person.
No, I'm not. No,
You are
what?
a man in a woman's body. You're listening to Kickstart My Heart on your way to fuck a dude. You get in your car to pump yourself up to go meet a man. And when I get high on speed.
It's more like the Rod Stewart, like if like the song "Do You Think I'm Sexy." Like,
Yeah.
if you want my body and you think I'm sexy.
Rod Stewart sucks.
Okay, I saw him in concert before the pandemic hit, and that man, for his age, was still rocking the hot pants. And you know what? I wasn't totally against it. Was not totally against it.
Yeah, I can't stand Rod Stewart. Him and that fucking haircut.
Oh, come on. It's like half of the haircuts in Boise.
No, that shit is ridiculous. Do you watch Real Housewives?
No, we've talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
You talked about this at Haley's wedding. You were like, oh, I've been super into this like new show lately. And I was like, oh shit, like I need a new show. What is it?
That's not how
that's pretty much how it was.
That's not
and
how.
then you were like, it's the Desperate Housewives. And I was like, dude, I don't even watch that shit.
Real Housewives or Desperate Housewives?
I don't watch Desperate Housewives.
Okay, Real House. See, I didn't even know there was a difference.
Big difference.
Like,
one's scripted, one's reality.
Yes. What is
which
reality?
one's reality?
Real Housewives.
Oh, okay.
Obviously the one that says real. You fucking idiot. Desperate Housewives I have never watched, but I bet you it is good. I have heard good things about Desperate Housewives. I'm going through my sad boy era right now. I'm watching shitty reality TV. Like I'm full lesbian lately.
The closest thing to like sad reality TV I get is like Dateline or like 2020.
That's not that at all. That's not reality TV.
No, it is reality because it's somebody died in real life.
But
so.
it's not. That's not what the genre is.
Well, I feel like it's reality TV. It's like it's kind of like a documentary.
I guess
almost.
by definition.
It's a warning video.
Yeah, that makes you feel good. I didn't see. That's the thing. I don't understand. Like
not good. It's more so of like a lot of women are into watching like and listening to crime podcasts because we like to hear what led up to the events. At least I do. Like to know that one, I'm not going to do such things like meet a random stranger in a park at 3 a.m. Like that sounds fucking crazy.
Well, men also watch these things to find out the most obvious ways and the ways that you guys are thinking, and then we do something never been done before.
It's so funny.
I can't believe I said we.
It's like
Men do that.
It's so funny because that's like assuming that like I like actually talk to people. Like I don't. I stay home.
Well, yeah.
And
people don't come up and talk to you when you're at the bar shaking.
Like, that girl's definitely.
I've never seen you shake.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Well, I will say I'm very good at hiding it. Like, so oftentimes, like, no. Oftentimes I sit on my hands. I'm usually always sitting on my hands. Or I'm doing something and I move around a lot because when I hold still, like that's when it's most prominent and when most people can see it. So I try to stay active to try to limit the view of vibration. I just look like the Flash that hasn't learned quite how to run yet.
I thought you sat like that because you're a lady.
Oh, no.
Once again, I'm wrong.
No, I am a lady. Like I did I was a debutante and stuff like that.
What does that mean?
Like I did the classes.
It's when you dab your mouth with a napkin like this.
Oh, it's like manners classes.
It's like etiquette classes, yeah.
Can you teach Parker and I some etiquette? How can Parker and I begin to look more sophisticated?
Well, okay, so I'll start with you.
If I don't like the food, do I spit into the napkin?
And you can't do appearance.
No,
don't tell
so
me.
if you don't like the food, what you need to what you need to quit doing is you hold your breath.
Fart
so you kind
at
of
the dinner
hold your
table.
breath. So you stop breathing out of your nose and then you make yourself swallow because when you stop breathing like from your nose, that's when your taste buds are limited. So then
So you just choke it down?
yeah, you just choke it down. What do you think girls do with like dicks and shit all the time? Like you just choke it down. Yeah. Like some of y'all don't wash well
Okay,
enough.
I'm ready.
So yeah, you know.
I would feel so unsettling if a woman went to blow me and plugged her nose. That would be the old like I have never
That'd
been
be
in a
so fucking
I've never been in a
ultimate power move.
non-consensual situation. That would be the first time where I'd be like, okay, hold on, let me record this. Are you okay with this? While your nose is plugged, tell me that you're okay with this. Oh no, Allison texted me. Oh no, forget it. She's just playing 8-ball. She's probably trying to see if I'll play 8-ball with her while I'm on the podcast.
She sent you that big tit King of Queens picture during the pod last time because she was hoping that you would open it.
I did. I opened it after. Did you see my response to it? She sent me, Allie texted me this.
Yeah, she showed me.
And I said, how did you get into my search history? I mean, Kevin James with obnoxiously large tits is oddly attractive.
You look up just a little bit from where you're looking now, and
he looks so silly.
It's so coy.
He looks so bashful.
Yeah.
Like he's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Maybe that'll be my first hentai that I watch is an animated giant tittied Kevin James.
You've never watched hentai?
No.
Have you ever watched hentai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And
do you like make it a point not to watch hentai?
It's just something I've never gotten into, and I don't think I ever really will because I'm not a fucking weirdo. But Miles, that's like Miles's thing, and we've talked about it. He's starting like a hentai review podcast with one of his friends, and they're going to like review
watch porn together.
No, they're not gonna. They're gonna watch the same thing separately.
It's like a book
talk
club
about it.
But did he say specifically that they're doing it separately?
It's a woman.
Did he say specifically that they're doing it separately?
Yeah.
did.
Like beforehand, you watch
Because we
it.
assumed
it's
it
a
was.
woman?
Yeah, it's a woman.
Oh, okay.
And because they're gonna have me on it when they eventually do it. They didn't really ask me. I kind of invited myself, and I
was like, "This is gonna be my first time ever watching hentai."
Yes, and I told Miles, I was like, because he was like, "Oh, I'll send you something later," and I was like, "Don't send it to me until we're ready to shoot that podcast episode, because I want to watch it like right before we do it." Like before
Tyler walks
You
in
wanna
with
come in-
with an unexpected heart on.
No.
With lotion on his knuckles. And
No. I'm gonna watch hentai and to completion before I go, so that way I can then give an honest review.
what do you mean to completion?
I'm gonna bust a
He's
nut.
gonna
Okay,
bust a
that's what
nut
I'm
into
gonna-
some cartoon boobies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna jizz them. To
Or I'm
cartoons.
sorry, you like two men. I'm not. That was very presumptuous of me to guess like
What?
that it was cartoon boobies that he'd be
Yeah, it's,
going for.
Yeah, I mean,
It
I
could be like
see
a
you like
strong-
two ogres banging.
Yeah, it
kinda
could be
guy.
like a strong Shrek.
yeah, one of these ogres has to have boobies. I can't come
True.
without looking at boobies. You kidding me? What have you not learned about me so far? I do not come for pleasure. I don't.
So
I don't-
then
I
that
don't
would
come-
mean that you wouldn't be looking at boobies because you
I
get
don't-
pleasure from boobies.
No, it's
You
more.
see?
Of, no. See, it's more of those look cool.
Those look cool.
Have you guys seen that video? It went viral a long time ago with Jenna Marbles, where she did a video of like what men think about during sex.
No, I can't stand Jenna Marbles.
I haven't seen that in forever. I can't remember
Yeah, it
any
was
of
such
it.
a long time ago. But like, there's this one like clip of it where the guy's like sitting there and he's like, her boobs are bouncing. Like,
Oh, I remember a
when
line
he's,
too where he's
pelvic
like,
thrusting.
he's
That's-
like, oh no, it's gonna happen, and he's like, oh, dead grandma.
Yep.
Now I'm shooting pool with a rope.
So when you're in this situation where you're going to ejaculate before you're ready, what's your thing?
I do math.
You do math.
I do
math?
times tables.
I try to name World Series winners in order. I start with the latest one, and then I try and go down, and I try to see how far I can make it.
Which is so like ass backwards that men like that's how they work is like I need to rather than being present in the moment and just letting what happens, they're like I need to disassociate
Well,
from
see,
this
I
for
will
a
say,
minute.
like, there's a difference between like a 3-pump chump and there's a difference between somebody that like comes quick. Because a 3-pump, it's not a compliment. If somebody comes under 5 minutes, that's a compliment to the woman. At least that's how I'd like take it.
Yeah, but
Like-
here's the thing. If I feel like I'm gonna come too early, it's not because of a woman's standard of too early. It's my standard of too early, and it's because I don't feel cool enough yet. So I then need to
My
continue.
cool meter isn't filled yet.
As soon as I feel cool enough, that's when I crumb.
That's when you crumb.
Yeah, that's when I ejaculate. Is when my cool meter has hit its top.
I'm just picturing you all red and sweaty, like, no, not cool yet. Not cool yet.
I saw a TikTok.
Keeping the fucking hat on too. Just
I do keep my hat on during
Dude.
sex. Yep.
Babe Ruth, Kobe
Absolutely.
Bryant.
Yep. Yeah, go like in order of like NBA top scorers. LeBron. Yeah, the hat stays on for sure, and my shirt. Those have to stay on.
What if we shave your head and just invest in a good wig?
No, there's a certain point where it's like there are so many women out there that are attracted to people that are bald. Like just like how there's like women that are really into the salt and pepper look. And you're not at that point yet. Like you took off your hat, like you let me feel your hair.
Yeah.
Like it's not as bad as you think it is. But I think when it does get to that point, you could totally pull off being bald.
Yeah, well, and I've been fuck you.
Parker's like, no, you can't.
Well, I've been bald before. I used to shave my head all the time.
Yeah.
Like having hair was never something that I was known for. Like me having longer hair right now is a fairly foreign thing. Like I've always been
Shorter haircuts.
yeah,
and stuff,
like
yeah.
and it's just convenient too. Like I don't like a strange guy touching my head. I don't know, it's a weird thing to me. Like going and
There's
paying.
female barbers.
Yeah, but they're not good.
Just cut your.
So-
what are you talking? I haven't
Hey,
paid for a haircut since I was 18.
Okay, also
cut your
Buzz
own
my
hair.
head.
Yeah.
here's the thing too. I have a beard, and I'm not gonna let a woman touch my beard. And it's 100%.
I touched your beard.
I meant to like cut it and groom
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought you meant like I was like I'm a fucking woman.
I'm not gonna go to a tattoo artist who doesn't have a tattoo.
Okay.
Like if I go to a tattoo artist, I don't care if his tattoos suck, but I want him to be inked. Or her. I'll take a woman tattoo artist. That's fine. But when it comes to like
See, I'd rather take somebody that like tattoos really well and doesn't have a tattoo than like somebody that like tattoos really shitty and has a bunch of tattoos.
yeah, or a sober bartender.
Yeah,
No.
sober bartenders are the fucking best.
No. Nope. I don't want a bartender that's sober. I want a bartender that's a drunk. And maybe I'm alone in this by the fucking awkward silence.
I just
That's
have
fine.
never thought about a sober bartender before being an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, being sober is such a fucking trendy, cool thing. It's like, it's so cool to have a problem now. Like, everyone has fucking autism or ADHD, or everyone has to have a fucking thing wrong with them.
High cholesterol.
Natasha, I'm sorry that yours is very real.
No. What I'm saying is
It's
I
not
agree.
trendy.
Like I agree with you. Like
It's
I
not trendy to
completely
have Parkinson's,
I
I'm
completely
sorry.
like no, it's not. It's not cool.
But like
it's
people
it's
think they get so cool. Like I'm sober. Like I feel like some people get sober when they don't even have. Go ahead. I owe you quite a few. It's funny for like or cool for someone to be like, yeah, I'm actually sober. I had a problem. It's like they just want to brag about how much drugs or alcohol they did. That's all it is. Like they might not have even had a destructive life. They were just like, I'm gonna brag about this. That's all it is. Or they want somebody to feel something.
And how I'm better than you because now I don't do
Yeah.
any of it.
Yeah.
And see, like with the whole like autism thing, like it's becoming quite the fad, like where a lot of people think it makes them quirky or cute to have like autism. And like the thing that like gets really frustrating about it is people with actual autism know that it's not just this quirky, cute thing. It's
Yeah.
a thing that took over their lives, like especially when they were children, like took over their lives. And it was a hell of a thing to go through. Like it doesn't make you cute or adorable now that you post TikToks and you claim, oh, just my tism coming through. Like, no, like it's not like.
You think it's fun being retarded?
Like you think it's fun not knowing social cues or like rehearsing conversations throughout the entire day to prepare for it? Like
you know what people are funny
when
that I will say laugh with, not laugh at. Tourette's influencers. Tourette's influencers are fucking awesome. But because
I have a very hard time with some Tourette's influencers because like I worked in medicine for a long time. Like I studied psych for a really long time. That was my drive. There is, for certain people that are claiming to have such severe Tourette's, they are doing things that they wouldn't normally do on a day-to-day aspect because of their Tourette syndrome. Like people
Yeah,
that
they're
have
doing it for
impulsive-
my enjoyment.
Like, which is so wrong because it's not realistic.
No, it's like a woman with fake tits.
Oh my God.
It's awesome.
No, it's not. Like
You
women,
used to be this and you did something to make yourself cooler. That's awesome. That's literally my entire life.
like I don't want to be driving down the roads in LA or some other town and all of a sudden sitting there and look to my right and see that a person has Tourette's when they have a tendency to twitch.
Well, see, that's
everywhere.
the thing. I'm not gonna
I'm gonna trust them with the
I
fucking
prefer,
I'm
like,
not
vehicle.
gonna laugh at a guy in traffic who has Tourette's, but a person who like makes a video of them getting their haircut with Tourette's
Oh, yeah,
for
that
my
shit's funny.
enjoyment
Like,
is
yeah.
hilarious. Like
So-
I like swear word
there's a-
Tourette's.
there's a-
That's my
yeah,
favorite.
There's a
The
New
minute,
Zealand
like-
there's a guy from New Zealand who is like a big like Tourette's influencer, and he's fucking hilarious. And he does like cooking videos with his girlfriend, and he'll be like stirring like eggs in a bowl, and then just all of a sudden is like, feed the roof, and then just like throws the fucking eggs on the roof, or like will like his girlfriend will turn around to do something, and he'll just be like, get the butt, and then just like smacks her on the butt. It's the
See,
fucking
it's things like that that are entertaining.
yes, that's what I
like,
mean. Like,
yes,
I'm not trying to
okay.
laugh at somebody's disability. Like,
No, but
they're
it's like
putting it on
something that
display
it's
for
funny. Like where they're acknowledging that some of the things they do is funny.
And the reason I love this guy so much is because he made a video of like him having a bad tick episode where he's like on the floor crying and can't stop ticking, and like it was like, this is the reality
real,
of kind of
yeah.
what I go through. And I legit had like tears in my eyes, and then I just swiped up one and then continued laughing at him
Yeah.
throwing fucking flour on the fridge.
See, and that's the thing that like a lot of people have this tendency to do online and in social media is they claim to have these like hard times and stuff like that. And it's like what you said earlier, like having Parkinson's isn't fucking cool. Like it's not fucking cool. Like it's not an exciting thing to have. It's not a fun thing to acknowledge.
Yeah.
But I acknowledge it because if I don't address me having Parkinson's with other people, I see the your hair. I see
He's just bragging right
He
now.
is. Yeah.
I got hot.
I get judgment. Like I get a lot of judgment for how like with my tremors, and like if I order a drink or something and I'm reaching for my drink and I'm trembling, like it looks like I could be an alcoholic.
Well,
and then
you're
there's
also a
times-
comic,
Well, but
so you can't help but
no, like, and I'm gonna poke fun at it, like
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah, me
but like
too.
that's one of that's one of the reasons why I talk about it so much is because it's like, hey, like I don't just joke about it because it's a fun thing to joke about. I joke about it because I don't want other people to get flattered and think that I'm actually am really like nervous in front of them, or that I am an alcoholic or things like that. And like people get annoyed with me at grocery stores if I can't get my chip, like if I can't insert the chip, if the tap to pay is not working, like I can't like, and it's embarrassing. It's a humiliating thing.
yeah, that's like a them thing.
It totally is.
If I
but
see
it's
a lady
self-conscious-
shaking to get it, like,
but it's a self-conscious feeling for the person that has it, especially with me being so young. Like I'm not even 31 yet, soon. But like,
has anyone ever stepped up and been like, "Let me help you"?
no, never.
fuck?
I've never had anyone offer to help me. I like for pharmacy and stuff, I can't open pill bottles. So I have to get special ordered pill bottle tops that's not child proofed to be able to like open up my pill bottles. Otherwise I can't do it. And then
That's-
I'll have the pharmacist, like if there's a new rotating in pharmacist and they're like checking my medications out, they always make a comment about how carbidopa, levodopa, the medication that I'm on for Parkinson's, is usually not prescribed to people my age. And so I always have to address, nope, I know, because it's known for treating Parkinson's, just
Yeah.
Parkinson's. So I'm like, like I have it. And then they take the pill caps and then they throw them away because they think it was an error that I got those extra pill lids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like, fuck you. You just made my life so difficult.
Yeah, but
Like-
if somebody struck, like I was at Winco. I mean, I shop at Winco. I was at Winco a couple weeks ago. I'll grab you another one.
Oh, thank you.
But at Winco, you can't use a credit card, and this person like didn't know that you can't use credit cards, and they didn't have that much shit. They had like 5 items, and she's like, "Fuck, I don't have a credit, like I don't have debit or cash on me," and I was behind them, and it was more for me because I just wanted to get out of there. But I was like, "I'll just pay for your groceries," and they're like, "Oh, I can like pay like." If you give me your, I was like, it's fucking $25 or something. Like, I'll just fucking pay for it. Have a good night. Like, it was more of like, get the fuck out of the way. But like,
You're getting
I
really
wasn't
good at
doing
this
a
humble
good
brag
deed
thing.
for someone. I just wanted them to get the fuck out of my
but
way.
at the same time, it's like if you were shaking trying to get your card, and it's like, hey, do you need help? I'm standing there. It's not like I'm like being weird. It's like
I wouldn't do that because I would feel like
shit.
I would feel like I'm intruding almost. Like
I do understand that. Like where you don't want to like
disabilities, where I'm like, oh, let
crossing
me
the
help
line
you
and
with
babying
that.
them. Yeah,
exactly.
No, I completely understand that. Like, but when I do comedy, like I have to, if I'm having a bad night, because I have to take my meds 3 times a day, and sometimes when with like later mics and stuff like that, my meds are wearing off by that time. Thank you. You're welcome. And so I have to ask like the host be like, hey, when I come up, will you take the mic out of the stand? Mm-hmm. Like, because I don't want to be embarrassed, like struggling to get the mic out of the stand. And then there was even one night where I was doing a comedy open mic and my tremors were so bad that I shook the fucking cord to the microphone out of the fucking mic. It was so fucking embarrassing. And like, of course it's a comedic thing to laugh at, but like, and I made a point to make a laugh out of it, you know? But still I went home and was super embarrassed that happened.
Just don't be embarrassed about it.
Oh my God. That sounds so easy.
You sound like the people who watch UFC and when it goes to the ground, they're like, just stand up.
Ngannou does it. He just stands up.
Why don't you just stand up? It's so easy. Why don't you just not be embarrassed? Hey, have you ever tried that? Have you ever tried just not being embarrassed?
Shaking? Well, so no. So actually, I had fallen down my stairs last February, Valentine's Day, and I fractured.
You know, you can just go to the doctor. You don't have to kill it that way.
No. I know, but actually, you can't. Not in Idaho.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
It's okay. But I fell down the stairs and I fractured 2 ribs and collapsed a lung. And I went to the hospital because I was fucking hurting and couldn't breathe, you know, shit like that. And they wheel you up to trauma because you fall down a full flight of stairs. And I'm shaking because I missed my dose. Like I missed my dose of meds. And the ER doctor just looked at me and said, "Have you tried not shaking?" And I fucking hate doctors.
I would have spit.
I literally looked at him and said, "Oh my God, I've never thought of that before. That's so amazing. I think you just cured Parkinson's. You should tell my movement specialist, you know, my neurologist next door, that you just solved the issue."
Was he a little embarrassed when you pointed out that you had Parkinson's?
Oh yeah, he was. Like,
you have a movement doctor?
He was. Yeah, it's called a movement disorder specialist. So,
dang.
Yeah.
You're like Conor McGregor. You have like a movement coach.
I do.
Dang.
And then I have a physical therapist. And then I have an occupational therapist. And then I also have a regular therapist. Because apparently I'm not handling it well.
Don't forget mental.
So, yeah. But
I just have a cat.
That's my therapist.
When I'm feeling bad, when I'm not feeling cool enough and no one's nice enough to help me fill my cool meter, I just talk to him.
You just talk to him? Talk to Whiskey? Dude,
he loves me.
You guys need to meet my cat. My cat's serious.
Whiskey's becoming Parker's cat. Dude.
He plays fetch. When I walk my dog around the neighborhood and stuff, my cat comes with us and he'll be off leash and he'll just stay with us and go for a casual walk
That's
with
cool
us
cat.
through the entire neighborhood.
My cat refuses to go outside.
Oh, my cat fucking will meow at the back door and then do parkour across my face at night when I'm sleeping if he decided that he wants to go outside and see his girlfriend from down the street.
My cat would never do that. He does this 24/7. This is how perfectly behaved he is always.
Well, whoa. Just because my cat wants to go outside doesn't mean he's not behaved. He is an upstanding citizen.
Yeah, he's jumping on your face at night while you're trying to sleep.
Yeah,
you got enough shit going on.
He's like, "Mom." Well, realistically, what it is
you think he does it to make fun of you?
No. So I have night terrors. I have like really bad nightmares.
What the fuck do you do right?
Nothing.
Jesus.
But I occasionally will like. I had a boyfriend that I was living with, and I was having a nightmare, and he tried to like put his arms around me and like kind of console me like during my nightmare. Mm-hmm. And I bit
in the nightmare you were getting mauled by a bear or something.
I was getting
kidnapped
attacked in my nightmare, and I bit his arm to the point to where he had to go to the hospital because I had bit so hard into his arm because I felt like I was being attacked in like real life, and like I'll like punch and scream and shit, and I say the most absurd shit. Like, and it's freaking ridiculous. I also sleepwalk. That's pretty dope.
I
That's
sleepwalk.
I sleep eat. So I don't just sleepwalk. I'll sleep eat. I had made a bunch of mini pies for Thanksgiving.
You like make food?
Oh no.
Oh,
so,
I think you
so I had
Who
made
made a
that
fucking
day.
mess in the kitchen?
Why is the oven on? It's 6 a.m.
I had made a bunch of mini pies for the Thanksgiving that the comics had this year, and I had went to bed, and then I woke up and none of the pies were in the fridge, and I was fucking pissed. And I assumed that my gremlin, my child, had snuck and eaten the pies. Well, I walk back into my room and I get back in bed, and there's a fucking half-eaten mini pie in my bed.
Hell yeah.
I had eaten all of the fucking little mini pumpkin pies and had the container of whipped cream on my nightstand and had just eaten 10 mini pies and just fucking woke up enraged with the world thinking it wasn't me.
That's awesome.
Like that's the shit. That's the shit that I pull.
There's whipped cream on your face and a pie in your hand, and who ate all my fucking pies?
Yeah, I'm literally. That's what it is.
Did I tell you about my nightmare that I had?
Oh, you had a
couple weeks
scary
ago?
dream?
I had the most fucked up dream, dude. So I was in the houses like by the university, like the long, skinny 2-story ones. I was living in like one of those, and all the houses in this neighborhood were like that. And I was living with my family, and I look out the window, and it's also like in like kind of like a foothill area. So there's like foothill outside my window, and there's a dog being attacked by a group of tigers. And so I like go in the front yard. I'm like, hey, get the fuck out of here, like to the tigers. So they'll run away and leave the dog alone. And like it runs to the neighbor's house. And then the neighbor whose dog it was comes over like 5 minutes later and is like, there's fucking tigers outside my window trying to get my dog. And so then another neighbor comes over and just walks in the house. And they're like, protect us. The fucking tigers are trying to eat my kids, and the fucking tigers are speaking English.
Why is everyone coming to you to protect them?
It's my fucking dream. It's all about me. And so I'm like,
I'm so cool right now.
I'm like, what
Tigers.
the fuck? So I'm like getting guns ready. I'm gonna like kill these tigers. Like, and so the tigers are like outside my back gate now. And the tigers are back there and they're talking. They're like, we're going to fucking come in there and kill you guys. Like, we're going to kill the dogs and we're going to kill you guys. Like, so I'm like, all right, Mom, let's go out there and kill these fucking tigers. So me and my mom go out there. The tigers then transform into like 6'3" butch lesbian ladies.
Tyler's real fears are coming out right now.
Yeah.
He's terrified of butch lesbians.
Tigers, lesbians.
And so they transform into fucking these giant women. And they're like, we're going to fuck you guys up. And I'm holding a shotgun. And I'm like, yeah. And I fucking blast one of these ladies in the chest with a shotgun. And she just like absorbs it
See,
all.
I get the like throwing punches and shit, and they do nothing.
I'm getting there. So she like absorbs this shot and fucking grabs the shotgun and like throws it. And now I'm like, fuck. The one lady's beating the piss out of my mom. And I'm like, you're dead. Sorry, Mom. I'm dealing with my own problem here. This lady tries to run past me and get into the house. And she like trips and is like holding onto the doorknob and like opening the door to get in the house. And I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do. And there's a rock right there. So I grab this giant rock and start beating this woman in the head with a rock. And she's just like absorbing it. And then I just fucking woke up as she like grabbed me and started choking me. And I just woke up and was like, what the fuck is going on?
Did you have like anything sweet before you went to bed?
What?
Did you have
Sugar causes nightmares.
Yeah, sugar intake also causes nightmares.
I don't eat sugar, really. That's not a thing that I really do. I'm obviously a temple of health.
Make my cholesterol levels great again.
Yeah, I don't eat sugar. It's bad for my cholesterol. No, I didn't eat anything sweet.
So I'm getting
Really? Sugar causes nightmares?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Melatonin usually gives me nightmares, so I can't take melatonin
that can
anymore.
happen too. So what I'm getting is you're afraid of tigers, lesbians, and Terminators.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah,
I
dude.
forgot Arnie.
Yeah, you said you studied psychology stuff.
Yeah.
But
Break
wrong
it
with
down
them?
for me. What's wrong with me?
I don't think I should do this.
Yeah, I think you should. I've asked for it. I consent.
Just
Look me
because
in the
people
eyes. Look me in the eyes.
consent doesn't mean they really need it.
You ready
I
to
consent.
cry on the internet?
So you had mentioned that your mom was in that dream. Was she living with you in the house?
Yeah, we were.
Were you the age that you are now?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So
I was not young. I was.
So you're missing. So you're missing home. Obviously, you're missing family.
Okay.
And
Incest
then,
too. There's some incest something in there.
Whoa! I wouldn't go that far. If that's Parker's theory, that's Parker's theory. Natasha Dash does not consent to that theory. But you're missing your mom, and
I
then
do miss my mom, but I don't
on
think I
top
miss
of-
her like that.
on top of
It's just always a therapist or always, it's
Yeah.
the parents' fault and you want to bang your mom.
no,
It's very Freudian.
Maybe if my mom looked like Parker's mom.
and then you're having some.
sorry, continue.
Woo,
your
hot
mom-
moms.
Hope your mom never listens to this.
No, she doesn't.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then you're having some self-confidence issues because to be able to lay a punch onto a physical object in your dream that's able to physically move things, like for the morphing Power Ranger lesbian, to be able to open the front door, but
She was more of like an anamorph.
yeah. Okay, that makes for you to not land an actual strike shows that there's some self-confidence things going
But
on.
I was landing.
There.
I was giving this bitch hell.
But she was absorbing it. She was.
I think
she
that's
was-
more about her
she was-
than it is about me.
No,
It's your dream.
It's
You
your
made
dream.
it.
It's all about you. Isn't that what you just said?
Yes, but this woman can transform into a tiger.
Right. Which means that maybe you're going to be like going through this ultimate transformation where you are feeling more full, like more sure of yourself, or where you're desiring to go through a transformation.
I think that means Friday is going to go good.
I think that means Friday's going to go great.
This
You
is
need
a
to have
good
more
omen.
confidence in yourself.
I swear to God, if there's a giant butch lady on Friday at my show, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave.
Tyler walks on stage, sees her sitting center audience, and just fucking puts the microphone down and walks off stage.
Not today, Olga. I'm out. Not today. You're not going to catch me slipping today. I think that's a good summary.
Yeah.
Because the lack of confidence thing, maybe my cool meter wasn't high enough when I went to bed.
Your cool meter was very low.
Need to fill
Does,
my cool
does
meter.
jacking off make the cool meter go up or go
Ooh,
down?
that's a good question.
Uh,
I feel like it would make it go lower because it's like it's you doing it,
It's,
you know?
Yeah,
I don't
it's the
know.
antithesis.
I don't know. I think it stays the same.
So it doesn't increase or decrease.
Yeah, I don't think it goes up or down. I think I'm at the same cool meter.
I don't know. I always feel like very ashamed when I like.
Yeah, it's because you
Wicca,
watch
wicca.
hentai, you freaking weirdo.
No, I don't. I don't watch. I listen. That's like my thing is listening.
Can you understand Japanese?
No, like, but
Oh.
who said it? Like, no, like it's the. Thank goodness none of my family like has ever seen me do comedy or like watched any of my videos that I post online or like anything, because I'm all about the sounds, like the sounds of the pleasure. Like that is what excites me is the sounds of pleasure. It's not the.
I get no. I'm not judging.
It's not
I get it.
it's not the visual. Like it's, and I know there's a lot of women that are the same way. And that's why like a lot of women watch lesbian porn because it makes them excited hearing that a girl's coming because it's such a rarity.
Girls come in male female porn every time. Have you never seen it?
Have you watched a back scenes, like behind the scenes documentary of pornos?
Mainly what I watch because I love to see them really enjoy it. Okay. You're telling me those women aren't
You're
enjoying
telling
it?
me that every single time a woman is orgasming in porn that she is not faking it?
To me, yeah. She don't know it's real.
No.
To me, she's enjoying it.
See, and to me, I'm being more realistic. I'm
think
thinking this woman's been on set for probably 7+ hours, taking a dick in the same position because the director can't get a shot.
What do you
because
have
he keeps
against
getting
a hardworking woman?
No, nothing. I have nothing against it. I have something against the male that thinks that a woman's orgasm, even if she moans, is genuine.
If a woman moans, it's because she means it.
no.
What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to say here?
Sometimes girls will moan to like encourage the male to do better,
to feel
or
cool,
to keep going. Yeah, like there's so many times that women will fake it.
It's
like,
pretty cool.
And not only that, but if it lasts too long, like I'm making fucking grocery lists in my head.
You're telling me
like,
that
so
women
will fake it
care
so they
about
can
me?
get shit done.
They care about me that much that they'll moan just to make me feel cooler.
Or get to have you get off of them. One of the two.
That's awesome. That's so sweet of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So sweet.
That's awesome. That makes me feel great.
Parker's like, I'm going to go home and have some questions for Allie.
Parker is the sweetest man on the planet. Parker and
I know Parker looks slightly uncomfortable.
I'm kind of a prude. I'm a little bit of a prude.
Are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Parker's
Probably. Are you uncomfortable by this conversation?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, let's change the conversation.
we had Miles on. We were talking about jerking off, and Miles asked Parker just out of nowhere. He just goes, "What do you jerk off to?" Parker doesn't want me to rehash this because he's embarrassed of it, but he genuinely does not watch anything. He just genuinely thinks about how much he loves his girlfriend to pleasure himself. And me and Miles then berated him with how gay that is.
No, that is so cute. Like that's actually cute.
Yeah, I don't like. I knew you were gonna do that too.
So what a lot of women that prefer men, like, because there are girls that are like, no, if you watch porn, that's a form of cheating on me. There's a lot of women that think that way.
Psychotic.
So some women that are okay with it have a tendency to like film them with their significant others and like film themselves with the significant other and like send it to the person or film it on their phone. So then if they want to rehash about the significant other, they can just watch
Oh, that's a good idea.
the video.
Or they do it so that way the guy can feel so cool.
No.
And he's like, check out how cool I am.
You'd be surprised how many
women
have the same opinion as me.
Well, no, yeah, but you'd be surprised how many women also get enjoyment and find it more like sexy and appealing to also film. Like there's women that are also super into that.
Yeah, women are also disgusting. They are not less disgusting
It is not
than men.
disgusting. It is enjoying a form of sexual pleasure.
Yeah, no, I'm the king of kink shaming. For sure.
I don't see anything wrong with it. Everybody's like, you shouldn't kink shame. There's some things that are bad.
There's some certain kinks that you should.
Yeah, feet people.
Feet people.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it is weird, and I will die on that hill that if you need a foot to come, that's weird.
That is, yeah, no, it's weird.
Feet does nothing for my
Do you have weird feet?
No, I have beautiful feet. I swear to God, I get
We've hashed this, yeah.
so many compliments on my feet. I can make $1 million with my feet.
See, I have weird feet. Like, foot stuff is like weird to me because I have like.
I bet you got hair on your toe knuckles and shit.
No, I shave that. Have you ever gotten that stuck in a flip flop? It fucking hurts. No, it's I have 2 partially webbed toes on both feet, and so it's like halfway.
Which ones?
Webbed. It's my so my thumb's here, my big toes here. It's these 2. And then these 2.
Those are the worst ones.
On both feet
webbed?
are partially webbed. About halfway.
Like first knuckle?
Yeah, like close to, yeah.
Yuck.
What makes me a really
Those
fast
aren't
swimmer.
feet, those are flippers.
Yeah, like, you kidding me? I was great on swim team. Like,
Yeah, it's I don't, and I was just kidding about yuck. You live your truth, queen. But
We're mean to each other here. This is what we do.
That's fine. That's fine.
no, I don't understand what makes a foot attractive.
No, that's totally fair.
I have been told many times, like too many times, that I have good looking feet.
So then, like, what would you say is a normal kink and then an abnormal kink?
I think the filming thing is probably pretty normal. I'm just being silly about that, but I don't know. Abnormal?
Yeah.
Anal's gross.
It
Nobody wants to
depends.
hear it, but yeah, it's gross.
Why?
It's
It is.
It's poo poo.
Okay, so essentially, when you are doing anal
It's poo poo.
with a girl, the likelihood of the male like actually wanting to either like come in the ass or on the ass is very low. So
Why?
then you're taking the dick that was just up my ass, and the likelihood of me having had like cheese that day is very fucking high. So you're going to put your dick up my ass, and then you're going to try to stick it back in my vagina?
No, that's gross.
Like,
That's rude. That's rude.
mixing. That is mixing entrees, dog.
Yeah, that's rude.
A to P.
Like, yeah, like I don't like, and
You'd rather A to M?
no,
You'd rather A to M than A to B?
no.
How did this conversation
I'd rather M to P. M to P. No,
Okay.
M to V. Yeah, well,
P-
whatever.
P is V.
Yeah, P is V.
Yeah.
So, like that's
That's
like,
what Parker likes too.
like that's grade school. That's like not grade school, like, but it's like it's standard. It's standard.
You were going fucking M to V in grade school? That's how you got Parkinson's.
Early exposure causes onset Parkinson's.
Developing child shouldn't be having M to V in elementary school.
No.
We are at an hour 15.
Keep it moving.
You want to keep going a little bit?
Yeah, keep
Should
it
we
going.
start? Should we? Will you do me a favor, Ty?
Yeah.
Can you grab my rogues from in my jacket pocket?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you.
So I was talking to Tyler, and I took a joke a little too far with a group of non-comedians lately. I was wondering if you've ever done that.
Oh, absolutely. I do that every day. every day at work, a lot. No, thank you. It was. This was before I actually had started being a comedian. I was in high school. Like your mom jokes, like in your mom rebuttals, were super like big at that time. My friend, one of my best friends, his mom passed away when we were in high school. And so I went to his mom's funeral, and he was acting and he was like stretching very like weird and was just kind of being offish, which I expected because, you know, it's his mother's funeral. Mm-hmm. But I sat there and I asked him if he was okay. And he said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just really stiff, like just really stiff, because he also worked out a ton. And my low impulse control kicked over, and it said, my other Natasha version said, your mom's stiff. And then felt bad about saying it. So then I tried to redeem myself by saying, you know, because she's dead and rigor mortis. And yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So and then I like awkwardly stood there and like nodded. And luckily he's known me long enough that he knows that like my intentions were pure, that I just like made an oopsies, made a social oopsies. And so he laughed, he chuckled, and he said that was needed. And then I went home and I cried for 3 days because I felt so bad.
Can I tell mine?
Yeah.
I had one recently. I was at work and I was in a coworker's office, and someone else was there, like one of our reps was there, and he said we were talking about one of our customers, and this customer was having like a bad time, like going through it in life. And he said, you know, well, he's been, you know, having a tough time ever since he lost his wife. And my coworker goes, oh my God, he lost his wife. And I said, well, yeah, he's never going to find her. And they both looked at me, and my coworker kind of understands that I'm a piece of shit. So he's like, dude, and the other guy doesn't know me that well. And so he was just like, it's not funny. She died of cancer. And I went, yeah, I guess you don't get the joke.
God, yeah, no, there's tons of social like.
What was yours?
So I've got 3 because I've been thinking about this all week.
Did they all happen recently?
No, I can remember like the first time I ever like tried to make a joke to lighten the mood was went over to the aunt's house, aunt and uncle. Their dog had died, and I was like 7, and I was like, yeah, I can just lighten the mood a little bit. Like, well, at least you don't have to feed her anymore. And everybody was like, ooh, like don't say shit like that. I was like, okay, noted. This happened like this second story happened maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was when I first started at the job I was at, and they did company lunches, and everybody's sitting together and someone's talking about their trip to Europe, and I just start going off. I'm like, oh, I hate Europeans. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, they stink and they're rude. And I don't think anybody knew that I was joking, like, because they didn't know me well enough, and they're just like, this guy hates fucking Europeans, I guess. Like,
This motherfucker
it feels
is
really
European.
strongly about Europeans.
Yeah.
Recently, this was the most recent one. This is the one that made me think of it. Me and the roommates and Allie were making fun of foreign food, as white people do.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Ethiopian food. And we were talking about it like, you know, like, oh, it's funny that like it's just tortillas and piping hot beans that you can't touch with your hands. It's too hot. But we were looking at pictures of Ethiopian food at like an Ethiopian restaurant. And I was like, this doesn't look authentic. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, it doesn't have flies all over it and shit. And everybody just went, ooh.
That's a good
See,
sorry.
that's good. I know, like, my first thought would have been, like, there's not, like, starving children behind photos, like, behind in it.
Can I tell you a time it went right?
Yeah.
Love it.
So this year, Christmas Eve, I didn't spend it with my family. They all live out of state. And so I spent it with a friend's family. And I'm very close with this friend. Like, I'm kind of like a part of their family, like an honorary member. And the dad's sister got into a head-on collision like hours before, and he got the news while we were like celebrating Christmas Eve. And so it turned into this whole thing. She was getting like heli-vac to the hospital.
Was it the huge one that was on the freeway?
No, it was like in
Okay.
like towards like Lowman area.
Okay.
But so everyone's kind of down, like this lady's related to all of them in some way, and like everyone's like fucking, you know, worried about her and stuff. And there's like this helpless feeling in the room of like no one can do anything to help. And the dad is just like, we need to change the mood. Like, let's not think about it. It's Christmas Eve. And I was like, I think I can help change the mood. And everyone just looks at me like, fuck. Like, what's he going to do? And earlier that day, one of my buddies called me and told me this street joke that his uncle had told him. And it was so funny. And it was like, I'm not a street joke guy. I don't know that many. But I had this one just like primed in my head because my friend had just told it to me. And I was like, I can change the mood. What's the most unforgettable vegetable? And everyone's just like sad and blank stared. And they're like, what? And I'm like, cucumber. Because I'll never forget the time my uncle shoved a cucumber up my ass. And everyone just like broke down laughing. And it was a great rest of the night.
That's good. It was the pick-me-up everybody needed.
Yeah.
I called my buddy and was like, dude, you have no idea how clutch your joke was. Like, your joke saved the night.
You know any more street jokes? Natasha, you know any street jokes?
Like, what do you mean street jokes?
Like, you know, a priest and a rabbi walk into a bar type shit?
Oh, yeah, I do. They're... Okay.
We expect you to do it.
Okay, cool. So, hold on. I need to think, because I have a few. What's the difference between a watermelon and a baby?
What?
You shouldn't fuck the watermelon.
No, I don't fuck and then eat the watermelon.
How do you get a nun pregnant?
How?
You
Dress
fuck her.
Oh.
Oh, I love that one.
See, I've heard one where it's like, how do you get a nun pregnant? Easy, you dress her as an altar boy.
That's a good one too. Why do women wear makeup and perfume?
Ooh, why?
Because they're ugly and they stink.
It's so straight to the point.
Like, yeah, it's not wrong.
I love it. I have one child-friendly street joke that I tell.
Ooh, okay, what is it?
Where does a penguin keep all their money?
Oh, where?
In the snowbank. I told that one to your son.
Yeah, Marshall rolled his eyes so hard at you. Oh my gosh. So Tyler's been like, the last couple of times that Tyler's seen Marshall, he's got him with like the grade school, like you got something on your shirt and he like gets him. The other night we like just get home and all of a sudden Marshall just starts talking about like Tyler's trick and how he got him like a second time. And so I got part of it on video, but he's like, I can't believe that he tricked me again.
again. And he's like, next time he does that, I'm going to get him. And when he bends over to get it, I'm going to put my finger up his nose. I was like, okay.
Well, I got him twice in one night. And
Like-
then the next time I saw him, I just like gave him a look like, what's up, dude? And he was just like, what's up?
You two are adversaries
He
now.
gave me that look like, I know what you're trying to do. And
Yeah.
I was like, come here, dude. He came over and just
Fell for
immediately
it.
forgot what was going on. I was
Yeah.
like, what's that? And he just looks down. I was like, how did I get you again, bro? Come on. And you could see like the fucking blood boiling behind his eyes. He's just like, you fat fuck, dude. You piece of shit.
The funniest thing is like because he's ginger, like he turns red so easily from like anger, and
Yeah.
it's like it's so like humorous to watch him like lose his shit and try to like keep his cool. Like he'll be playing video games and someone will come up and like randomly kill him and he'll be fucking pissed and he'll like
Screams the N-word.
He grabs the controller and he's like. And he like does the whole like exasperated sigh, and then he like tries to pop his neck and then get right back into it. Like,
Hell yeah. That's a future serial killer.
oh yeah, it is. No, he's way too tenderhearted to be a serial killer. Like,
Dude, he gets fucking whoopsied too many times.
oh, he might lose his
He's
shit.
gonna shoot up a bar.
Or just
Well,
punch you right in the nuts.
Did you guys hear
I'd love
about?
it. It'd be so funny.
Did you guys hear about the time where Marshall had brought a Nerf gun to Mad Swede?
No?
Oh my god. Okay, so we had like been having this ongoing Nerf battle in my house, and we have tons of Nerf guns. And so I live in a 2-story place, and Marshall was coming down the
Quit
stairs.
bragging.
Like, so whatever. So your place is way nicer than mine. So Marshall was coming down the stairs, so I bolted out the front door and I ran around the complex and then came in through the back door. And while he was looking for me, I shot him and like got him. And so he was pissed. He was so fucking mad. And then later that night, I was at open mic and I was talking about how I'm not a little bitch and I'm not afraid to like beat my kid in some Nerf guns. And we have like laser tag stuff for the house too. And he's out there and all of a sudden I hear him shout, "Shut up." And then I see him and he just starts shooting a Nerf gun. He had put in his backpack with a tablet and the Switch a Nerf gun specifically to wait to shoot me until I was on stage. He shot like 7 people in the audience in the back of the head and the entire room was dying laughing.
That's so good.
And then Marshall like dropped the gun and was like, "There!" and walked away.
Yeah, he was like, there, Mom. Finally, you
Yeah.
got some laughs.
No, I will say so. I had a show at Kava recently, and Marshall had his headphones on because I couldn't find a sitter, and so he had his headphones on, and he was watching his tablet. And Beth Norton came up to me this last Saturday, and she told me that during my set, one of the things that I was saying, like his punchline of like him making fun of me, he like started to move the headphones, and then he was looking around the room, and then when everybody started laughing, he like got proud and like sat up straight, like, "Yeah, bitch, I am funny." Like,
yeah.
yeah, definitely a future comedian.
Wondering about that. Like, is he like, yeah, comedy's cool, or is he like, fucking Mom's dragging me to this shit
No,
again?
he loves it. So there was a time when we had went to a Tuesday open mic for music at Mad Swede, and nobody showed up. So Marshall decided to get on stage and like tell some jokes on stage. And he was like really good. I think my favorite like roast that he had, and there was like 5 people in there. He's like, "Yeah, my mom thinks she's really similar to Princess Peach, but I don't understand. She's not pretty or a princess." And
Dang.
yeah.
He's out
Yeah.
there saying what we're all thinking.
He's like, he's ruthless. He's fucking ruthless. And he's funny. And he's like very well timed. Like he naturally has it.
That's fun.
yeah.
So there was a one time when I had first started comedy, I wanted to get him on stage with me and do like a little like interview kind of thing of being like asking him questions. And so I asked him, we were practicing while we were walking the dog, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, what does mommy do that drives you nuts?" And he's like, "When you beat me." And I was like, "What?" I've never ever spanked that kid. Like, have never spanked him.
Till
Plenty
that
of
moment.
times where he should have, like, but I had never spanked him. And so I looked at him and I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, yeah, mom, like when you beat me with a pillow and like you win. And I was like, oh, you mean when I beat you in a pillow fight, you little bitch? Like, you are not going on fucking stage with me at all. Like,
but
no
that's
fucking way.
He knows exactly what the funniest thing to say
Like,
is.
oh, yeah. Like, and I'm like, no, there's going to be some fucking audience member that's part of CPS. And next thing you know, they're going to be knocking on my fucking door.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah. Do you remember we did that Don't Tell show and that guy, Scott Lossy, was
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
And he was doing that bit about like he was snowboarding with his nephew and he like said something to his nephew and his nephew said something about like him being like his uncle being sexual to him.
No, yeah.
But didn't realize what he was saying and he's like, don't say that in front of people. He's like, why? It's true. Like, you got to make that new bit.
Yeah. He's definitely an interesting kid. Like I feel bad for him. Like I really do because he goes from my house, like which, you know, this is the type of shit that I like talk about and everything to a very conservative Mormon household.
Ooh.
And those are like his two rotations. It's either like way absurd, outlandish, out there, mom's a comedian and says fucking pussy on stage to dad's wearing magical underwear and praying to the Lord above.
So he's 7.
Yeah, he's about to be 8.
So you're boy mom. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do if he starts doing M to V in grade school like you did?
I did not do it in grade school.
That's what you said.
No, I
saying
don't
what you
know
said.
what I think the biggest thing that parents don't do is they don't talk to their kids about how yes, sex at that age should be meaningful, not elementary school age. Let me preface that.
You should let me give Marshall the talk.
No.
I'm gonna teach him about how cool it is.
Yeah, but I think that it needs to be discussed and it needs to not be a shameful talk and it needs to be talked about in a joyous way, not like a you will be punished if you do this,
Or else you end up like a prude like me.
like
Yeah.
that, or you end up with a child with a man eventually that feels like sexual exploration or even just sexual activities is just wrong, and you don't want someone to feel that way when they're coming into themselves because they need to be confident. I want to raise a confident young man that is respectful
That
but
gets
very
pussy
sure
and
of
is
himself.
super cool.
That gets pussy and fucking slays. Like that's the shit that I
He
want.
needs a full cool meter.
Like, yeah, like he's gonna have a full cool meter all the time. Like,
Hell yeah.
that's the shit I want. But the moment he starts being disrespectful to women, like that's when we'll have a problem. Because it's like he can't be more disrespectful to women than me.
I was gonna
like,
say
I'm
than
pretty
you.
I'm pretty fucking like don't get me wrong, I love women. I think they're fantastic humans, but I think they're crazy. I think they're irrational, and I think they're fucking petty.
I see why you and
And-
Allie get along so well.
Yeah, like I think they're fucking crazy, they're irrational, and they're petty. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a very big believer in supporting everybody across the board, and I don't believe in the whole there's a difference between being a feminist and being a fucking man hater.
This
And
is
the
your Mormon
lines-
upbringing speaking.
Like, no.
This is women should know their place.
No, it's not even women
That's what-
should.
that's
It's
what you're
not
getting
women
to.
should. No, it's not that women should know their place. It's that women shouldn't hold double standards.
I
Because
agree.
if a woman is sitting there and she, like, for example, if a woman slaps the shit out of a guy and has him backed into a corner and puts her hand on a fucking man and think that that's okay, that's not. It's not okay. It's never okay to put your hands on a significant other.
Have you ever been struck by a woman?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, see, and a lot of
yeah.
women do that because they think the man's not going to
What
do
did
anything
What
back.
did you think that answer was gonna be?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I thought it was yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, and it just needs, it's not okay. It's not okay. And there's a difference between some women will follow around like ex-significant others and stuff like that. But the moment if a man pulled that move, it would be the end of the world.
Well, even
Like, it's just,
if I get a woman could literally beat the piss out of me, I'm not hitting her
see,
back.
but that's the thing is,
I will. I
you're-
will mentally make sure that she never
that's-
feels the same way again. But I'm not gonna hit her.
That's good. That's good. Like, don't get me wrong. That's good.
Thank you.
But it does not matter that
That's
it's
all I
a
want to
woman.
hear.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm good.
That it's not.
Tell me I did a good job again. Words of affirmation.
It
More,
does.
please.
I feel so cool right now. Please.
Yes, please. More.
Why is my cool meter being filled? It doesn't matter who
Can I
you
see one of
are.
those pillows? I need to put it right here.
It doesn't matter who you are if you have a vagina or a fucking penis. You do not put your hands on somebody
both.
else in frustration.
Or both. Don't be exclusive.
Like you should not be putting your hands on a significant other. It's not appropriate. It's not okay.
What did you what did you do? Because it might be justified.
It's 100. It was every time that I've ever been struck by a woman. It 100% was for good reason. It was definitely me being a fucking cocksucker.
See, one of the only times that I have ever put my hands on somebody is I was in a car and this person was inebriated and they started calling me crazy fucking names and lunging at me. And I and leaning over the middle console to scream at me. And I slapped him as hard as I could. And it was just like an instinct. It was an automatic reaction. And did I feel the need that I needed to slap him? Absolutely. But was I ashamed that my anger had reached that level and I didn't just walk away or put the car in park and step outside? Absolutely. Because I don't think it's okay for anyone to put their hands on somebody. I don't think any of that behavior is okay. Even what led to the situation wasn't okay. But there's a certain standard that women need to take acknowledgement for of we can't have double standards. You can't ask for equal rights and then still get upset if you're getting a domestic violence charge because you put your hands on somebody. You can't do that. That's double standard. If you're going to be for it, you need to be all for it. And that's where
equal rights, equal fights.
Yeah. Exactly. And it comes do I think that statistically speaking, physically, men are more physically stronger than women. It's science. It's science.
Yeah,
it's a scientific fact.
Unless they're
better
tiger lesbians.
Yeah, tigers are fucking lesbians.
We're better swimmers, dude. Leigh and Thomas proved it.
But there is a line that you cannot be halfway in. You cannot be halfway out. You cannot. To be a genuine feminist is what I claim myself to be. It is equal across the board. And that also requires women to take responsibility for their shitty actions as well.
Yeah.
And it's just the biggest thing I identify is just be a good fucking person. Just be a good fucking person. There's no need to be so hateful to people.
I have struck a woman.
You have?
Yeah, I just remembered.
Do tell.
I didn't hear anything you just said. I was totally thinking about the time I have two sisters. And
sisters don't count.
But it's funny. So my sisters and I, we used to all beat the shit out of each other when we were kids. My older sister was like a brother. She beat the piss out of me when I was young.
Yeah.
But so my older sister was having her college graduation party. And I was 24, I think, at the time. So my little sister was 20. And my little sister was a wrestler and shit. She knows how to fight. She boxes and shit. And she kept fucking with me because she was drunk. Mm-hmm. And kept grabbing my beard and yanking on it and fucking with me. And so she wouldn't stop. It's not fun. And so finally she did it, but she was acting like she was gonna wrestle me. And wrestling, there's a move a snap down where you grab the person's head and snap them down. She did that with my beard, snap me down like she was gonna take me down. And I was it's gotta end. But so I had a beer in one hand and my phone in the other, so I couldn't strike her properly. So I was I have to do this in a way that's funny to make everyone laugh to kind of defuse the situation. So I had my phone in my hand and I went to tap her with it on the forehead, hey, get off me, like a dog hit him on the nose. And she turned and the corner of my phone hit her right in the forehead. Oh. And it just immediately started swelling and knotting. And then I just saw her go red and she just started throwing combos at me, trying to beat the shit out of me. And I had to get pulled away by my stepdad. Dude, she's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, see,
so
there's
she didn't talk to me for months and she had a knot on her forehead for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and looked like a dumbass for 2 weeks.
See, and like that's my thing. Like,
But that, yeah,
she
you're right,
can't be
that
mad
doesn't
at you
count.
and shitty. She can't be mad and shitty at you when she grabbed you by your beard and yanked you down.
Yeah,
you
bitch.
You cannot.
She's gonna listen to this too. She runs my TikTok. You hear this shit?
Like you cannot you cannot do that. Like it's just common practice that there is a line you don't cross. And it is where you can actually physically harm somebody else. There's a difference between being playful
Thank you so
and
much for
not.
running my TikTok account. I love you and thank you. I refuse. She texted me one day and she's like, "Why don't you have a TikTok?" I'm like, "Cause I don't trust the Chinese. Obviously, I'm not putting that on my phone. I'm not putting TikTok on my phone." And she's like, "I will fucking run your TikTok." And she's like, "Give me your email and shit." And then just like I send her all my clips and she clips the podcast and stuff and
Oh,
fucking
that's cool. That's really nice.
runs it for me. So
yeah.
you had it coming. But thank you.
I think Miles was telling me about a clip that I didn't know about. You never sent it to me.
She's been clipping shit. I have no idea what she's posting.
So apparently one of them was where you were talking about me being gay. And I was like, yeah, why do you think I kiss you on the mouth so much? I'm trying to turn you gay.
Hell yeah. So she's going to clip this. Thank you. All right. What are we at, Parker?
We're at 140.
All right. We did it. Natasha, do you have anything you want to plug, talk about? You got some big shows coming up?
I do. I can't talk about one of them yet.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. It depends on when this comes out.
Probably tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I can't talk about one of them yet. But other than that, I'm opening up for Aaron Belial from America's Got Talent, and also Kill Tony, April 4th at the Egyptian Theater. So
Fuck
we've
yeah.
already sold over 100 tickets, and yeah,
I'll be hosting for Tyler on Friday.
nice.
Yeah. Come see me Friday. Mad Swede. Come see Parker do funny shit. Okay, love you.
You hate self-promoting.
I know. I fucking hate promoting. It's so bullshit. All right. We're done. Boom.